Okay, so somebody's staring me down.
Yeah, somebody is staring. Well, not staring you down exactly. Somebody is behind you in the reflection. It's hard to make out because it's all kind of distorted. But
Okay,
then,
so...
oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
continue.
Oh no,
You continue.
no.
What's
Please
going on?
give me a reaction. Give me questions. I love this sort of thing.
Okay, so... I slowly draw out my dagger because I am scared.
Hmm.
And slowly... I think I would be turning my head around just ever so slowly to see if I could get a glimpse of this. Whoever it is.
You do get a good glimpse, and it's a figure walking outside of your view. They're somewhere in the room with you. And frankly, this is not a very large chamber. And it seems like every time you try to stare directly at this person, you somehow get out of your view.
Oh, crunch. I think it's time for me to bail.
You're gonna try to wake up on your own?
Either that or run away from the room.
Oh, okay. I mean, so if you're gonna try to wake up, I'm gonna have you do an intelligence save for you to actually remember this is a dream.
No.
Nope, too scary. Okay, let's see. Roll
bad.
me a 1d8.
Okay, 1 second. D8, you said?
Yep. 8.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
There happens to be door just north of you, past the crystal.
Alright, so go in the door.
Alright. Are you just going to the door and trying
Should
to
I
open it?
roll up? Yes.
It's locked.
Oh, okay.
And you can sense there is a key in here somewhere. You just have to find it.
Is there any way I can blast open the door?
Do you have any magical spells that will blast or do force damage?
You know what? For convenience sake, can I try force damaging it first?
No, it is your dream. I mean,
Alright.
and also
What roll?
you do have something called magic missile.
Okay, magic missile it is. Where is it?
So in your character sheet, it's what? Spells, and then I think I accidentally opened it for you. Under your first spell slot, it's magic missile.
Ah, here it is.
No.
Cast level, submit.
No, yeah.
Okay.
You blast that door open. It seems even more powerful here than anywhere else.
I ain't got no time for no keys.
So what's like a safe place for you? Like, what is your ideal safe place?
I would say somewhere where I'm alone, to say the least. Maybe it could be pretty much anywhere but here, to be honest.
You stumble through the door, and first it's really dark, but suddenly the light fades into existence, and you're in this very nice grove with wildflowers all around you. Does that sound like a safe place?
Sure.
Yeah. So it's like, and open wooded area with trees all around, and you're kind of in the middle of it. No sign of a door behind you, but yeah, it's just you and the wildflowers.
All right. Um, just for grins, can I do a perception?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Because I'm not trusting this.
No, because you can see through the trees in the darkness. Your crystal is lurking.
What? So the wait, the crystal. Oh no.
As if it's watching you from afar.
Uh. Oh dang.
I'll give you
Here.
permission to wake up at any time, unless you want to roll for it.
You know what? Roll. Why not? Let's see how crazy this will end up.
Okay, intelligence save again.
Okay. Intelligence.
That is
Okay.
good enough to just wake right up if you so desire.
Yep. I'm waking up in a cold sweat.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna pan over to Nork.
All right.
Because you haven't had a chance to share your dream with everyone yet.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy! Yeah. Let me just look at your roll again. You did a little bit better than Wayne. Cool. So, Norik's, like, what's the best dream Norik can have?
Now, I was thinking of a dream that would be a great dream, but he may not think it's a great dream at first, or depending on how he's feeling. I'll just go ahead. How about that?
Yeah,
Let's go
just
ahead.
anything you feel like.
Norik opened the front door of his parents' house and walked in, and yeah, he had a scuff on his knee, like usual, and his mom came running over and, oh, you hurt yourself again. Starts cleaning it, and I was like, ow, stop, I'm fine. And he notices a familiar scent. It's his mom's mince pies, and
That's sweet.
and Nark, he's never really a big fan of mince pies, but it's just the crust. He didn't like the crust, so he always wanted just to eat the filling. So it smelled good, but he knew that his mom wouldn't let him get away without eating a crust. Okay, come on, Norik, it's time for dinner. You're already running late coming home. Okay, fine, Mom. And they go over, and then him and his mother and father, and they sit down at the table. It's just the three of them. And Norik's poking at his mince pie with his fork, trying to flake away the crust without his mom noticing, and she just whaps his hand and says, "Eat the whole thing." So he takes the entire top of the crust, shovels it in his mouth, and chops away and swallows as quick as he can, and then starts eating the filling. And the filling is so good. The crust is difficult to get through, but just the filling, the whole the mincemeat filling and that mince pie. It's nothing quite like it. And
that sounds really pleasant, actually. Just home cooked meals, and that's seeing that you're a halfling. That's like a super happy memory. It seems like.
Yeah, especially since it's been so long since that. But yeah, He digs up the bottom crust of his mincemeat pie and stares his mom right in the face and shovels it into his mouth. See, I ate the crust. And then continues eating the filling.
Nice. As this meal proceeds, you start hearing banging from the roof, which is really odd because halflings don't really have roofs. They kind of build their houses in a hill.
Norik's kind of enveloped in getting the last bits of delicious. What would you say? Gooey? It's not really gooey. It's juicy. I guess juicy. Yeah, juicy mince filling remnants off of the dish, and finally the banging makes it to his ears, and he looks up. What are they doing out there?
Your parents don't seem to be bothered by this banging. They barely are. Well, they're not even reacting each time it happens, but it seems like with each bang, plates start to rattle.
Banging being loud enough for the plates to rattle definitely starts to startle Norik, and each time it happens, he jumps a little bit.
And your mother
He's like, "Don't you hear this?"
Your mother says, "No, what's wrong? Is there something wrong?"
You don't hear the banging up? What's are the neighbors doing something up there? Are they building something on top of our house?
You should just calm down. Here's more pie. And like a good halfling mom, she takes your plate and serves you out another good portion slice of mincemeat pie.
Norik looks at his pie. It smells so good.
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely bugging the heck out of him. This banging is loud, so loud that he has no idea what's going on. Finally, he's like, "Well, if you seriously don't hear that," and he just goes,
it's getting
running
loud
off
enough.
towards the door.
Yeah, it's getting loud enough that each time there's a thud. Actually, give me a dexterity saving throw. It doesn't knock you off your feet, but it definitely is heavy enough that it's like moving furniture at this point.
Oh jeez. Norik bolts for the door and goes to swing open the door.
And outside is not actually outside your house, but a cave.
Norik looks back in the house and looks back at the cave. I imagine the thudding is continuing to increase.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bad enough that, fixtures are starting to fall off the wall. And your parents, they don't even seem to notice.
They're just sitting there, huh?
Yeah, they're sitting there enjoying their food. Which, oddly enough, even though there's so much rattling and stuff, they're staying still, and their forks are holding their food and everything. It's even though everything's moving around them, they're perfectly anchored.
So is the cave dark?
Oh, you can give me a perception check.
Right there. Whoa.
It's dark, but it's dim light. You can still see fairly well. It's not dark enough to blind you, but it's kind of odd because your house is so well lit and this cave is so dark that you would think that your night vision wouldn't like kick in automatically, but each time you peer into it, you can see like the outlines of the walls and all that stuff. There would be no problem traversing the ground of this uneven cave.
Still being the notable amount darker than in the house it is, Norik goes to grab the lantern that they keep by the door.
And your
Is the
mom,
lantern there?
yeah, but your mom like looks at you oddly and she's like, "What are you doing? It's middle of the day. What do you need that lantern for?"
Norik looks at her and he grabs the lantern and he runs out the door and trying to light the lantern while running.
The funny thing is, despite trying, it just lights up.
All right. Norik goes running out into the cave and he's looking back at the house and he sees
there's a cave wall with like your front door just kind of stuck in it, and you can perfectly see your parents just still like looking through the door oddly at you, like there's something wrong with you.
Norik shouts back to his parents, "Get out! The house is gonna fall down."
And your mom goes to the door and just waves goodbye at you and closes the door.
Norik goes running back to the door.
And as you open it, there's just a wall behind it. Like some horrible, cruel joke.
Norik closes the door and opens the door again.
Still a wall.
He closes it again and opens it again.
Now there's just a wall and no door.
Turns around and looks to see which way the cave goes.
Well, it being a dreamscape, it kind of goes everywhere. You can see paths winding all around. Some of them look like they just kind of go up a wall and on the ceiling. Some look like they twist between other paths. You can do a wisdom saving throw, or let's see, is there any other wisdom checks that you could do maybe to help you sort this out? Let's see. Perception or survival would also help you out here too, if that gives you a better score.
No bonus extra for those.
Yeah, just do a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, as you start assessing the situation, seems like the winding paths that were once serpentine start laying themselves out in a more cohesive way.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the path directly opposite of where the door was and start moving forward down that path.
Okay. And as you do, you feel like you're being watched.
Norik turns around and looks and holds the lantern up, peering into the other parts of the cave, and then he turns back the way he was going and just starts a more accelerated walk.
Like every once in a while, out of the corner of your eye, you see flashes of purple.
Oh boy. This is a very scary situation now. Okay.
I mean,
Norik stops and he pauses where he is. And he says, "Is it you?"
so the begging that you've been hearing kind of turns into rumbling, which turns into just this deep laughter.
Is it a familiar laughter?
Oh, it's a very familiar laughter. One that basically shakes your soul.
Well, Norik drops the lantern and he bolts fast as he can.
Aye.
Is Herbert there?
I can give you the same option I gave Brienne.
Is Herbert there?
Now, you can either give me intelligence roll to see if you realize you're still dreaming, or you can just wake up. One of the two. Gamble or just quit?
Because I kind of don't want to wake up yet.
Alright, we can continue this. That's no problem.
Can I auto-fail?
Yeah. Yeah,
Auto-fail.
sure. I mean, too scary to realize that you're dreaming. And also, I'm not going to pull a Freddy Krueger on anyone and kill you in your sleep. Because that's rather cheap. And be like, you know, when Luke comes next week, hey, why did everyone change characters? Well, they died in their sleep. YOLO.
Is Herbert there? My mule?
Actually, as you run, like, the landscape drastically changes. And there is farmland, well sectioned off by ancient stone fences and shrubs. And there is a very tall windmill. You can hear the arms of the windmill spinning around.
Can I add something?
Oh, sure.
Could you what if Herbert ended up talking in your dream? Just because dream logic.
You were ahead of me so much.
Ooh. All right, continue.
So you can hear the windmill arms turning as some breeze is powering it, and a giant stone mill somewhere within that building crushing maybe grains. It's hard to tell. And there is a familiar mule in the distance.
Norik goes running as fast as he can. He doesn't care about what's changed around him. It's still dark out, right?
Yeah, it's like dusk.
It's like dusk, yeah. He knows that this is not a safe time. And he makes a beeline for Herbert.
Yep. Herbert looks at you very, like, in a questionable way. And in a very feminine voice asks you, what's wrong?
It's not safe here. We have to go right now.
I can protect you.
Yeah, that's where we have to go.
No, I can protect you. And slowly, Herbert sheds the donkey fur and turns into a woman.
Interesting. Wow, Herbert, the things I didn't know. That's out of character.
Why, Herbert? I'm not
Uh,
going to finish that sentence at
Nork's,
all.
Nork's just he stands there dumbfounded, like, what is even going on? And
yeah, this now maybe taller than average female human takes Nork's hand and starts running.
you know, in confusion and fear, kind of all mixed, he just goes right along with it.
As you run, you can hear the ground splitting open behind you, underneath you, and just the continual laughter of your arch nemesis.
Where are we going?
We're going to try to find a safe place, but I don't know this land like you do.
Nork looks around. I imagine this is his home, kind of his homeland area.
Yes, but kind of like if Tim Burton got his hands on it. Like everything's elongated, a little twisted, and like off kilter.
So Norik looks to. He sees some. You know, there's a bit of a forest that they're coming up to, and he says, "That way into the forest, over by the split between, over by the split tree."
And she quickly turns, and she's moving fast enough that you're basically, if you just let go, your feet would come off the ground. And so where's a safe place in the forest?
Okay, yeah. Herbert directs her. Says, "Go past the split tree. There'll be a large rock straight ahead, and go around that to the left, and there's a small deer trail. Take that about a quarter of a I guess I'll say about 1 kilometer down, and that's where my fort is."
And she follows your directions spot on. And your fort's there. Like, is this a fort from a childhood memory?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
It's so there was a large flat boulder, just huge boulder, just sitting down on the ground, and the top of it's fairly flat, and it's not very tall. It's kind of squat, so it's not too high off the ground, but you know, to young halfling, you know, it would be too much to climb up on, you know, except for, you know, going around one spot. There's one spot where the ground kind of slopes up to it. And on top of this large flat rock, there's kind of a little shelter built out of sticks that held together by twine lashings that are all wrapped around the corners, and it's got 4 walls to it, but it's kind of I guess a tent shape, and you know, it has a front and a back, and there's an opening to crawl in.
Oh, so it's like a lean-to.
But you know, it's just sticks leaned up against each other and lashed together at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole thing's just covered in leaves, and to help insulate and protect against rain. And yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
but it's pretty good size. You know, it's big enough that I guess an average human would probably have to squat a little bit in the middle of it where it's tallest.
Yeah, so she'll probably just have to squat and get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she allows you to lead the way up this rock. Even though she could probably just, like, climb up it.
Yeah, I'm sure she could. Okay. So I go to practically dive through the hole into this lean-to, and I say, "Come on, it's safe in here."
She comes in, and you know it's probably a little tight for your body and her, like, human-sized body in there, but you know it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks you in the eyes and says, "We'll be safe here for right now. Just don't focus on what happened. Trust me."
Norik's gonna look at her and say, "Who are you?" And then should I roll to wake up before she answers?
Yeah, you can see if you wake up. Sure.
Just leave things at a cliffhanger.
Oh, I hate those dreams.
What are we doing for intelligence?
Yeah, give me intelligence.
Wake up?
Yeah.
Intelligence save?
Yeah. You're like, wait a minute, donkey turned into lady. Yeah, at this point, if you, like, feel the urge to wake up, do so. If you want to continue on this dream, you can.
I think with this little bit of a stop and a little bit of time just to process everything that just happened, all so fast, Norik just springs up awake in bed, and he's shaking. He is uncontrollably shaking, and he's looking out the window, and he's just like just doesn't even know what to do. His mind is practically exploding in his head right now, hyperventilating, and he just throws his bedsheet over his head and doesn't make a single sound and lays there, eyes peeled open for the rest of the night.
That sounds like a good place to stop at the moment. Well, that's all we have for tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed enough, please subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, which I mostly tweet about D&D and puppies, you can follow me at Paul Paul __ Garish GERRISH, or yeah, subscribe to this channel. We'll be putting a lot more content up, hopefully more frequently. And how about the rest of you guys say goodbye?
This is Guy signing off. Hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning or whatever it might be when you're watching this. If you want to come stop by my channel, I'm that guy who can't sing. All one word, no apostrophe. Just I'm that guy who can't sing. You could ask me if I can sing, but I might or might not give you an answer.
I think the name implies
like
it.
Woman.
All right, I'm saying almost the same name on Twitter, just guy who can't sing because of name length. But I think that's it for me. I bid thee adieu.
Thanks again for joining us. I'm Gats Righteous, part of the Band of the Hot gaming group. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, Gats Righteous, and the group at both gaming on Twitter and Band of the Hot gaming on YouTube, Facebook, etc. Thanks again.
All right, and I'm Very Random Butterfly. You could find me on YouTube at Very Random Butterfly and also at Twitter at BRYRDM Butterfly. And also DeviantArt, because why not?
And if you're looking for Luke, he couldn't have joined us, but his stuff will be down in the description because I don't have it memorized by heart. But we miss you, Luke. We love you. We wish you could have joined us tonight, but things happen. Anyways, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.